right, here we go. Hello,
Hey,
Peter.
hello.
Nice to officially meet you. We've never met in person or talked, so this is great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wonderful that it works out like that.
yeah, no, seriously. And how's it going in Germany?
It's okay. I mean, we're like in 3 months lockdowns still, but but we're working and it's fine. But it's
Well,
good.
look healthy.
Yeah, all
Well,
good, all healthy. Everybody's healthy.
good. That's glad to
Yeah,
hear. I'm
take
glad
care.
to
It's good.
hear. Well, to everyone who is watching, this is Peter Schmid, and he won an AGTA Spectrum Award this year with French designer jeweler. So you guys collaborate on this because I know you do have your own company as well, which is, and correct my pronunciation if I'm wrong here, but Atelier Zobel, is that
Yeah,
right?
that's correct.
Okay. But I guess just jumping into it. Oh, well, hold on, just so everyone can see. Let's just pop up the picture real quick. They don't need to see me, my big mug right here. Let's see the piece that won, which is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Tell me about your partnership with uh with French designer jeweler.
Well, French and I don't know, we go back a long time. I'm traveling for a lot to the United States, and French is a dear friend, and he also visited us here in Germany um, some years back. I think it's time that he should come back, but yeah, it was fun, and he checked out the workshop, and I think he was almost a week here and just hang out in the workshop and watch this work.
Uh-huh.
and and when I visited him in Scottsdale, he showed me those beautiful stones he had, and I'm like, these are amazing. He's like, yeah, I don't know, they should become some earrings. And he was like, well, you do. It was his idea that I should do something really like extraordinary with these stones because we both were so in love with this color and the color combination. So yeah, he was like, well, take the stones and do something amazing and see what happens. So,
So he just gave so okay, so first of all, let's just backtrack a little bit. So these are rubellite tourmalines, 10 carats total weight, and aquamarines, 2.3 total weight carat weights.
yeah.
Um, and French did email me. He said that these were also both purchased from AGTA members as well. So we love to hear that, the support within the association. And just so we can give them some shout outs, the rubellite tourmalines are from Commercial Mineral Company, and the aquamarines were from Nomads. Uh,
Nomads.
yeah, and but it sounds like French must have had some real trust in it if he's just giving you his gemstones and just saying,
Yeah.
"Have at it."
No, we know each other for a long time, and I don't know. There is a trust between us, and um, it's just I don't know. When you work on pieces like that, you don't. I don't think that you see the money behind it because it's
Uh-huh.
just a beauty, and you work with these stones, and you kind of play with them as if they would be little candies. So I don't see the I mean I don't see the value when I work with them in a way, which is good because um, sometimes when you set a stone like that and you're too cautious about not breaking it, that's when it happens.
Oh, when you start thinking about it, it's almost like you kind of have to disconnect yourself from
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is you're doing, so you don't get too nervous and let the stress kind of punch in, I suppose.
You kind of more dig into the stone and feel the stone. It's not about, yeah. It's and then because a pear shape long as this one to set in a bezel set like that, it's a tricky setting.
Yeah,
Prongs are easier a little bit, but like a full bezel set is because it has to sit around the stone all the
right.
way. The stone has to sit everywhere correctly. So, but it's yeah. I think it turned out quite well, and also the two pear shapes together. Well,
Well, turned out well. I mean, so I'm part of the team where we collect all the Spectrum entries, and as they start getting mailed into our offices, you know, we get one of the fun parts and privileges of my job is being able to open each box and, you know, be like,
mhm,
ooh, like, you know, so I get like kind of the first inside scoop. And I want to say this piece was probably one of the first 20 that we received out of the 400, and I forget the total number. So, you know, we got lots of entries this past year, which was fantastic to see.
yeah,
But when I opened this, I was like instantly like almost a little starstruck. I was like, okay, this has to be a winner. Like, and there's some pieces that come across where you're just like, this is, I don't want to say out there, but so unique
mhm,
and incredible as far as like the craftsmanship goes and the color combinations where you're just like, I'm like, if this doesn't win an award, I would be amazed. And I was kind of thinking it was like with the way that you kind of did the Lady Gaga eyelashes there. And we'll get so the people who are tuning in right now. I'll pull up the picture of which this title is titled Lady Gaga Metropolitan Gala, and we get to
right.
see the inspiration and what those what would you call those, like shooting out from the sides of the earrings. Uh,
The which ones? The eyelashes there?
Coming out the side. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. It's just like these amazing. I think it's. I
Let's call
just like when they're fake eyelashes, kind of thing.
let's call them eyelashes. So here, actually, let's pull it up right now. Let's pull up the picture. But I think this
There we
is
go.
your inspiration was, right?
Yes, I mean that. I watched that when Lady Gaga did hosted or co-hosted the Met Ball, and I watched it, and I'm like, she's her team and she as herself is such a figure for art, and I don't know, it's pretty amazing what she does. She's
Well, how long did it take for anyone to really know who she was?
oh, that took forever, right? She never knew who
What
is
it really looked.
who's hiding.
But a drama right there, and just an actor. But so did you like? So you had this kind of vision, this inspiration. Was this before you had the gemstones? And you were kind of like, ooh, I'd love to kind of incorporate this kind of design into your jewelry? Or was it that you had these gemstones, you were kind of mulling over what to exactly do, and then you watched this and then you kind of connected? What was the process like there?
Yeah, it is. It is kind of interesting to get these two things together because at one point I have this beautiful gemstones in my head, and then on the other side, I'm so thrilled about Lady Gaga and her pink dress and the eyelashes and the whole over the top glam in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know, somehow these two things got together.
Uh-huh.
It's just also because when you see the two pear shapes together, it almost created this eye form.
Okay. Okay.
And then I think it went from there that her eye shape was basically this shape of the two pear shapes together.
Yeah, I
So
didn't make that connection at all previously. I was just looking at kind of the like the gold wires kind of shooting out as the
yeah.
eyelashes. But I didn't even see kind of like the eye shape
Well,
too.
when you turn it sideways, you basically have exactly her eye.
Didn't really see it.
But then I didn't want to exactly copy that. So it's nice to just because I also think it's odd to have eyes on your ears. So there should be just a little bit of a reminiscent to that. And
Uh-huh. No,
turn
definitely
it into something else.
spectacular. And so and just so everyone knows, so this won the Fashion Forward Award, and what this award is like, so like how we kind of determine the criteria around it, and I think this piece fits it to a T, is that it's awarded to someone or granted to someone to those that demonstrate an outstanding use of color, gemstones, and culture pearls in a provocative and distinguished trend-setting jewelry design. And I mean, I think like every single part of that description was it like embodies this piece. I mean, with the colored gemstones, I think it's very provocative and very distinguished. Like, so I think when like, you know, like I said, when we got the piece, I was like, I feel like this is gonna be a winner. Like that award was kind of what I was thinking that this one could be if it got one of the best ofs. And so happy. But like I feel like that was one of the few. There's always like a couple pieces, even amongst the winners, that everybody like talks about, and I feel like that was one of them.
Thank you.
Nothing close. That's that's why I loved this piece when I saw it. When I was so happy that it got an award. So, but talk to me about your history with Spectrum. Have you entered before? I couldn't see if you'd gotten in a Spectrum award before. What's your kind of history there?
Um, well, I'm always, I mean, French. Since we're friends for a long time, he usually brings me along to the Spectrum Award, and I think it's so fantastic, and I have many friends there always, and um, it's just a nice, it's such a great community there,
Hmm.
and that's what I like about it, and the passion for gemstones is so vivid and
It,
alive, and I don't know, I think we all share the same passion about that, so it's easy actually to be around all the people there, and then we did it a couple years back. I think in 2017 he gave me a really amazing chrysoprase, which almost had a jade color. It was
okay.
really an amazing stone, and I made a man's ring. Basically, but he commissioned it for himself, and then when he got it, he was so thrilled about it that he entered it to the Spectrum Award, and yeah, I think he got the third prize
Oh, it
in
did. Ah,
in 2017.
well, I wish I should have checked it, one of our other databases. So I could have pulled that up, but I mean, so this is what your second award?
That was the first. That was so. This one now is the second award.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
But one thing that like, and I may be putting you a little bit on the spot here. So, and it wasn't in the questions when I had sent them. It was a little bit. I was doing some research between yesterday and this morning. When I was looking at your website, Atelier Zobel, just to learn a little bit more about you, and because we weren't able to connect prior to this, but when it was in your Carpe Diem section of your website. You talked
Hmm.
how awards aren't as important to you, and how it's really that you're more that it's more about the people and your customers who wear them, and that the awards are flattering, but it's kind of not really what you strive for. And I found that very, very interesting that you'd kind of put that out there, and that almost read like people had to convince you to put it on your website. So,
Yes, I don't know. I mean, awards. I think it's amazing to do awards, and but I mean, why I make jewelry is to, I don't know, to give people something to connect with and to express themselves with. Um, and often when they wear a piece, I mean, this piece to wear is a statement. So if somebody walks in the room with these earrings on, and they're quite large, so that is a statement, and it's definitely a showstopper, and people will talk to you. So you have to be also uh, confident, and I don't know. Uh, you definitely walk around with a smile when you wear them, because you wear them proud. It's not a shy piece of jewelry. So and that's what I like to do. I like pieces that are out there and a little bit daring, and give a dimension to a personality. So the awards, I definitely love awards in a way, but that's not what I make jewelry for. Let's say.
you're of the people who you're making them for, right? So yeah.
So because I didn't think, I don't know. I mean, I just thought these earrings. I saw her eyes, and then it came together. And at one moment, I also forgot about the award to make that they are actually made for the award. It was more like,
That's fascinating because I mean, this piece to me couldn't scream more like, like concept cars and concept jewelry, like something that is more like, I feel like when you made this, it was very much for a unique individual and not at all meant for really mass market either. But, really to bring out someone's individual, personalities and I guess extravagance. So, yeah, I loved them, but I just surprised you said that, like, you kind of forgot that it was made for a competition, because I feel like these are the epitome of like a craftsman making something to show off, their skills and creativity.
yeah, it's nice to I don't know, make, yeah. They were good earrings.
So, so what is it like? So about this past year, so I know we had been kind of emailing back and forth, and you know,
Mm.
you guys have been battling some shutdowns and things like that over in Germany. And what has this past year kind of been like for you guys? Has it been like, um, has it been a lot of creativity? Has it, have you still been, what has it been like for you?
Um, it was quite mixed. It was kind of a first. I mean, just like last March when the pandemic hit, um, it was kind of that I don't know. You got into a shock, and you're kind of completely stiff. You don't know what to do,
Huh?
and and then you feel like, oh, I have so much time now on my hand, but it's not really, I guess, what it is that you have really the time, because you don't have the head free to think about creatively, because you don't know where the whole business is going to.
Right.
And and then I think in April or in May we reopened in Germany, and it was actually quite good. The summer was really amazing. People came and they staycationed, and the new word,
Yep.
and was actually quite nice. So we had a really good summer here in Constance in Germany. I couldn't travel, which I was sad about, because I usually go like 5 times to the United States and have shows there and see my friends in the US. And so that's a little pity that this didn't happen this year, and I miss them. But then, yeah, we worked on some new pieces and interesting things, and reworked some of the material we have, and which I have here, and that was good, and yeah, it's good so far. And now I'm working with. With my galleries on closer collections, and make an artist collection with them, so they have something really personal for a collector. Yeah, and right now we're working on the Valentine's Day, and try to spread the love, and
Yep.
that's, yeah, that's where we're going here. But it was a mixed year, but
Ah,
overall not too bad.
well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, I feel like the epitome of 2020 has been a mixed year. But, I've have heard some good things and that have kind of arise out of things. But glad to hear it's been, for the most part, pretty good for you guys. So one question I actually forgot to ask and just came to mind. Have you, or wait, who's selling this piece? Is it you or is it French?
French has it right now.
You know if
Yeah.
you found a wearer yet, a customer?
Uh, we had a lady in, so and it looked really great on her. I saw a picture, but I don't know if she. I think she's still thinking about it, but it looked amazing on her.
Well, he's like waiting a little bit until there's an event to really bring these out
Yeah,
too.
I guess. I guess. Right now, you can just do it at home, but
Oh, you're
that will change.
But is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners? If there's any maybe pieces of advice, I know you're an accomplished designer, or anything you'd like to share with people, or
Well, I don't know. It's just I what I what I think right now is just because some I guess some people will also have the feeling that they are a little stuck. And also because when you don't have the interaction with other people, then it kind of makes you not move forward, or get you a little stuck. So what I do right now is just really to think about all the people you want to connect with. And I make jewelry also for people who wants to spread the love, like a mother and a daughter, and who might be not in the same household, so they just have something they can share together. So maybe a little ring and stuff. And I don't know. It's just thinking out of the box. I think that's the moment for it right now.
I definitely can connect with that as a marketer, and things always changing right now, and an ever evolving kind of landscape that we're all operating in.
Right.
Yeah. Thinking outside the box, the epitome of that. But okay, I've got one more question for you. We got two questions coming in from our audience.
Yeah.
And talking about the process of making these. So we had one about the challenges involved in fabricating these earrings, and wait, hold on, let me see if I can scroll up, or the construction process. I think they're kind of similar, in what they're asking about, but just kind of what it was like to make this piece, maybe some of the challenges you came about, or what it was.
Well, what we do is, so we do in a technical process, we do a lot of fusing.
Mhm.
So what I do is fusing metals together, mostly without solder, just by fusing the pure metal. If it's 22 karat gold or 18 karat gold, or sterling with 24 karat gold, it's just basically a heating process.
Okay.
And that's what we master here also in the workshop. I mean, this particular one is, so we built the setting, and then we built the surrounding, and then the setting and everything else is fused. And then we start fusing the little wires together, also laser technique involved,
Okay.
to do the diamond, let's say, swing, or what's it, eyelash? No, the eyelid.
Yeah, that's the under part, I would think, because I think that the eyelash.
The other,
Ah,
yeah, the other. And so it's a combination. It was quite challenging to work with this thin wires, because when you heat them up, they will melt right away.
okay.
Um, but it worked. It worked quite well. Also, the dimension of it, that it's fused in the inside, and then they still stuck out like eyelashes, but it's still stable. So it is a challenging piece, but yeah, it always starts with the setting first.
Okay.
So we build the setting, and then everything around it, and then the setting comes into the piece, and then finishing it.
All right. Yeah, that I get. When I saw the detail work on the eyelashes portion of it, I was just thinking, I like in my mind, and I'm not a jewelry designer, craftsman, but I was just like kind of thinking, like, I was baffled. Like, this had to have been difficult to be able to do these in this exact shape and casting these all together because you can see how they were all coming together. Uh,
Yeah, it was quite difficult from a technical perspective, but I don't know. It's also nice to do that as a challenge, and
yep.
working on that is I'm up for a challenge.
And so, was this cast out of wax or fabricated? All fabricated?
It's all fabricated.
Okay.
Yeah, we hardly do any cast.
Wow. Okay. That's impressive.
Mhm.
But I think we hit most of the questions from the audience too. So, Peter, thank you so much for coming on. Again, everyone who's listening right now, if you didn't catch the very beginning, this is Peter Schmid. This is his award from the AGTA Spectrum Awards. This past year, he won the Fashion Forward Award, and he entered with French designer jeweler. And Peter, thank you so much for coming on again. And
Thank you.
we really hope to see some more of your pieces in the next a couple of years.
I'm working on it. Thank you.
And yeah, just so everyone who is here too, next week we are going to be changing up a little bit. You won't be seeing me interviewing. It's actually going to be our sponsor, WJA, is going to be taking over our account. They're going to be interviewing Eve Stryker. And yeah, so more to come next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Peter, so much. And I hope you stay safe the next couple of months. I think the light is at the end of the tunnel. I think
It is.
life is going to be coming back soon, hopefully to some sort of normalcy. But I really, hope to see you in one of the upcoming shows and officially meet you in person.
That would be fantastic. Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you, Peter. Stay safe.
Thank you, Tanner.
Done.
Okay. Take care.
You. Bye.
Bye.